What to give the president who has everything? Who donated money for the most expensive yacht for Putin? Why does Vladimir Putin need so many yachts? Give a like to our video and subscribe to the channel, so that more people would know the truth. Vladimir Putin and his entourage are very fond of yachts. Russian oligarchs and the president personally own the most expensive and largest vessels in the world. They are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and the Arabian sheiks can only compare to this wealth. They are not even floating fortresses, they are floating cities. If global warming melts the glaciers and floods the planet, Vladimir Putin will be completely safe. Putin has 6 yachts for him personally. Another one for an old friend. Let's start with the largest vessel. This is Scheherazade, one of the longest yachts in the world. 140 meters. Built in a German shipyard and launched in 2020. There is an aqua disco on board. In September 21 the vessel was wintered in an Italian port. 6 months later, Italian Guardia di Finanza officers came aboard. The yacht has been under arrest ever since. The formal owner is Eduard KABAEVA, the former president of Rosneft, owner of an independent oil and gas company and a great friend of Igor Sechin. The US and European Union authorities believe that KABAEVA is a frontman. The yachts of Putin, Sechin and Suleiman Karimov were specially registered in his name, so that the ships wouldn't fall under sanctions. How can one prove that Scheherazade is Putin's yacht? So far, all the proof is circumstantial. No one has been able to photograph the president aboard the yacht, and the crew has not gave a statement. The crew of the yacht consists of the officers of the Federal Security Service. The security officers reached the yacht via Milan. In December of the 20th year, as journalists have found out, on the same days in Milan with them Putin's mistress, ALINA KABAEVA, was also there. The Olympic champion, who according to the Wall Street Journal gave birth to Putin's 3 children. A person familiar with KABAEVA claims that she was on her way to see Scheherazade. Also, Scheherazade's route coincides with the president's schedule. The ship has often been seen in the Sochi area, where Putin's official residence and palace near Gelendzhik City. A secret investigation by US and EU law enforcement agencies revealed that the yacht was a gift to Putin from a group of Russian businessmen. Gennady Timchenko, an old friend of the Russian dictator, collected money from the oligarchs. The yacht Scheherazade was a gift to Putin for the new year 2015, according to a source close to Timchenko. We found the materials of an investigation conducted by several EU countries and now we know how much this gift is worth. Warning: 583,100,000 euros. And we also found out where the money was coming from. Imperial Yachts and On the Mer, they are service companies. They service yachts. The rest are offshore companies whose owners are unknown to the authorities. The probable owner of one of the offshore companies is Zayavudin Magomedov, one of the richest Russian businessmen in 2015. Now he and his brother Magomed Magomedov are in prison on charges of creating an organized criminal group. What was the real reason for their arrest is unknown. Probably because of a conflict with the company Transneft. Zayavudin Magomedov had an offshore company with the same name that transferred to Scheherazade's construction 60 million euros. At the end of 2021, Gennady Timchenko came to court to intercede for the Magomedovs. The same man who had collected money from the businessmen for a gift to Putin. This is the first time a close friend of President Putin's has asked a court to release. Moving on. Putin's next yacht is graceful. $100 million, 82 meters long. It also has a discotheque, a dance floor that can be lowered and turned into a swimming pool. Graceful started to be built at Sevmash shipyard in 2009. A year later the hull was to be towed from Sjeverodvinsk to Hamburg to the German shipyard, that would later also build the Scheherazade. But the yacht ran aground off the coast of Norway, and in Germany and had to be patched up. Journalists are sure graceful Putin's yacht, since her route, like Scheherazade, coincides with the movements of the Russian president. Another proof is the owner of the boat. The company argument. Its owners were Alexander Kolpakov, head of the presidential administration, and Federal Security Service officer Oleg Kuznetsov. They were both responsible for the construction of Putin's palace near Galenzik. The yacht gracefully escaped sanctions. Shortly before the war began, the ship left Germany and went to Russian Kaliningrad without waiting for the work to be completed. The other yachts are more modest. The 57-meter Olympia, which cost $37 million, was given to Putin by oligarch Roman Abramovich. 54-meter yacht Cheka for €30 million. It was bought by the Administration of Affairs of the President. 46-meter yacht Shellist for $24 million. Niga, a 32-meter, $11 million yacht intended for vacations in the Russian north. Putin visited a monastery in the center of Lake Ladoga on her. These yachts have connected owners. A company that is part of the group of Yuri Kovalchuk, the main owner of the Rossiya Bank and friend of Vladimir Putin. Svetlana Kravonagik, who gave birth to Putin's daughter. The yacht Eldoga costs about $45 million. Total. 7 yachts for $907 million. These ships have to be serviced, it costs from $2 to $10 million a year. The cruiser Moscow, which sank after the encounter with the Ukrainian missile, was cheaper. $1 billion, at last year's pre-war exchange rate, almost 74 billion rubles. With this money we could build 4 modern hospitals for 800 patients each. 67 new schools could be built for that amount. That's 463 doses of the most expensive medicine in the world. But for Putin, his personal fleet is more important. He has to visit all his residences and entertain all his many mistresses. Give us your likes, share this video so that more people will know the truth, subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for watching.